The night was still thick with tension as she stood in front of me. Her robe slid from her shoulders with deliberate slowness, the silk whispering over her skin before dropping silently to the floor. Her body was strong, sculpted, untouched by the passing years. Every curve looked as striking as the first day I'd seen her. Her eyes met mine, sharp and completely unyielding. "For 24 years," she said, her voice cold and cutting, "I stayed faithful. I rejected countless men who wanted me. But tonight, I won't. He's coming here, and I don't care whether you approve. I'm spending the night with him." Her words didn't burn. They froze me where I stood. Every syllable struck me like a shard of ice. I didn't shout. I didn't beg. I calmly walked to the safe, turned the dial, and pulled out my magnum. Its familiar weight steadied me. I whispered only one sentence. "If he steps into this house, I'll end him." I thought about everything I'd given her since we were young. A marriage built through sacrifice. A home she had never been forced to struggle to maintain. A life without the burdens she never had to carry. Every laugh we shared. Every quiet evening. Every memory I believed proved our love. All of it erased by her confession. I had been faithful too. Faithful when temptation crossed my path. Faithful when our passion slowly became routine. Faithful when silence filled our nights. For 24 years, I remained hers. And in one moment, she treated all of it like worthless trash. Deep down, I'd always suspected something. The late-night messages she guarded, the sudden trips with friends, the way her eyes became distant whenever I reached for her hand. She thought she was clever, but betrayal always leaves a trace. Faint, but unmistakable, like smoke hanging in the air. And now she stood before me, not ashamed or regretful, but arrogant, as if I were nothing more than dead weight. She was ready to shed everything. There was pain, yes, anger too, but above everything else came clarity. She believed she had taken control of the game. But I understood then that the final move belonged to me. Revenge doesn't grow from fire. It forms from ice. From that night forward, I prepared. Quietly and patiently, I built my plan. I mirrored her emails, copied her messages, and followed the money she thought I would never notice. I traced every thread until I had everything. His name, his face, his life. While she believed I remained completely unaware, I kissed her cheek goodnight and continued playing the loyal husband. All the while, I gathered the weapons I needed. Not bullets. Evidence. I protected myself first. Assets liquidated. Accounts moved. Legal ties carefully cut. The comforts she believed would always belong to her had already begun slipping from her grasp. She was blind to the truth. The ground beneath her feet was already gone. So when she dropped her robe that night, she believed she was delivering the shocking twist in our story. She didn't realize she was stepping onto a stage I had already constructed. When he arrived, his hair slicked back, cheap cologne trying to hide his nerves, I didn't lose my temper. I greeted him calmly, the gun still in my hand, and told him to sit. His smirk disappeared the moment I pushed the folder across the table. Inside were photographs of him and her, bank records connected to his shady dealings, and evidence of crimes that could destroy his career and put him behind bars. His confidence collapsed into desperate pleading. He turned toward her, begging her for help, but for the first time she looked at me with genuine fear in her eyes. "You thought you could take my life away from me," I said quietly. "But tonight, both of you lose everything." His freedom was gone. Her security was shattered. And me? I had lost nothing. One phone call to my attorney and investigator set everything in motion. His arrest was inevitable. Her exposure was certain. She screamed at me. She called me a monster. But I simply shook my head. I was a husband until the very end. You were the one who destroyed this marriage long ago. By dawn, he was in custody. By afternoon, the divorce papers had been filed, airtight and final, leaving her with nothing. Friends who had once envied her disappeared. The men who once chased after her now avoided her like a plague. The life she once believed represented her victory had become her prison. Now I sit in silence, neither broken nor bitter. Just free. She believed she could decide how our story ended. She never understood that the ending had always been mine to write. And I wrote it not with fire, not with blood, but with silence, patience, and cold truth sharpened until it was as precise as steel. Do I regret it? No, she destroyed our vows first. All I did was bury what remained, and now the only thing she carries is the memory of the man who could have loved her forever. If only she had chosen differently. If only she had not chosen betrayal. That memory will remain with her, heavier than chains and lasting longer than any wound a bullet could have left behind.